Hello friends, myself Chetan Sunar, and in today's video we are going to discuss about the conditional rendering in React. So in React application, we create multiple components based on our requirements, and after that, based depending on some conditions and state management, we render different components. So in React, conditional rendering happens the same way the way JavaScript handles the conditions. Okay, so let's say if you take an example, you have a login and logout button. So if the user is logged in, then you show the logout button. If the user is log out logged out, if he is not logged in, then we show the login button. So this is a kind of a conditional rendering, that which element should be or which component should be rendered, that is dependent upon some conditions. So let's without wasting any time, let's get started. So here I have created one new project. Okay, so where we are going to check the conditional rendering. So first, the operator or keyword which we are going to check is the if keyword. So let's say I'll be creating two buttons function. So or we can say login button. If the user is logged in, then we will show the sign up button. If it is already logged in, then we will show that logout button. If it is not logged in, then we will show the login button. So I'll say login button. I'll create a function for that, which will just return login. Okay, and similarly for the logout, return button logout. Okay, and let's say here I'll just remove this code for now. Okay, so everything is clear now, and we want to check whether the user is logged in or not. So what we'll do, we'll take the input from the props, and if, as we are going to use the variables over here, so we'll use the curly braces, and if, or you can say like this, instead of complete, I will just remove this completely, and I'll say if props dot is logged in, and return logout button, else return login button. Okay, so we are going to pass this prop value from the index.js. Okay, here I'll just say is logged in equals to, let's say, true. Now let's just check this. As we can see, it's a logout button is showing now. If you are not able to see this, this is just showing the logout button. If I just change the value of the prop, then it will show the login button. So that's how we can do the conditional rendering using the if keyword. Okay, so yeah. So similar example, we can also see using the ternary operator. So what you are going to do, instead of using the if condition, we will just say that we will just use the ternary operator. So what I'll just do, I'll just remove this if condition, and I'll say if props dot is logged in is true, the question mark, then this, else we can use the return statement over here. Okay, now if you can see, it's working fine as it is, as we have passed is logged in value as false. So we can see the login button. If you just change it to true, then it will show the logout button. So here again we can use a ternary operator for the condition. So now the similar example, if we are going to see using the switch case statement. So let's start. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just use the switch over here, switch, and I'll say prop dot keyslock string. Okay, and then case, if it is true, then just return same login button, sorry, logout button. And there may be multiple, I can say case false, then return login button. Okay, so I'll just remove this code. Let's see now. It's showing login as I have passed the is logged in as false. Hence, it's showing the login button. If I just make it true that user is logged in, then it is showing the logout button. So this is working fine. So we can use the switch case statement also for the conditional rendering. We can also use that for the nested elements also. Like here also for the elements, I can use the conditional rendering, all this kind of keywords. Okay. Now let's talk about the enums, how we can use the enums to render conditional components. So what I'll do here, instead of taking this example, now we'll take move on for the other example. I'll just pass message type from here, that my message can be of warning, information, or error. Okay, so here I will pass just information message. Okay, the message type is of info, and here we'll do like this. I'll just return. This is function I'm saying, and this is higher order components. Okay, and here I'll say uh, so, and then here we need to pass the uh, what value we want to filter. So I'll say props dot message type. So let's copy it from here, so there will be no spelling errors. Okay, typographical errors. And now here I'll say if it is info, then now we'll say here if it is info, then just say h1 information message like this. Let's check. Okay, it's showing the information message. Now, let's say I want to show as a warning. I want to show the warning message. Then I'll say H1 warning. Here we need to just pass, use the comma. And okay, as we have passed the info as a message type, it is showing the information message. If we'll just change the type, then from here, show the enums. Okay, enum values. I can show the error message, validation message, all other kind of values also we can. So the messages we can use in the enums. So enum is also a very great way to show the dynamic element based on some conditions. Now let's see how we can show the element dynamic using the logical operators. So double and we can use for the conditional rendering. If you use it, with a element, then it will show if the value is true, then it will show the element. Otherwise, it will just ignore it. So how we'll do that? Let's see. I'll use the curly braces as we are going to use the variables. And then I'll say props dot is logged in. Okay. And I'll say and add. I'll say h2 welcome back. So if the user is logged in, then we will show the message as welcome back. If the user is not logged in, then we will show nothing. So that's how we are going to see. As we can see, we can see the welcome back message just because we have passed the is logged in value as true over here. Hence, this condition satisfies and it shows the second element also. Now, if we just pass as false, the value as false, then it will show does not show the message. So how it is like, as this condition is not satisfied, logical operator and as both the conditions should be satisfied. So first condition was not satisfied, hence it will just ignore the second element. So that's how we can use the logical and an operator.